I don't know. It was not something I was interested in, and like
Hmm.
especially on TV and the cartoons, whether it be like South Park or The Simpsons or whatever, the more popular cartoons, it's always oh, it's such a like a nerd thing and whatever.
Well, let me ask you this, okay? And guess what? To you guys in the audience right now, I'm talking to you too. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know, all genders being equal here. Ladies, have you ever played with Barbie dolls? Guys, have you ever played cops and robbers, cowboys, GI Joe, Thundercats, Masters of the Universe? Um, have you ever played with action figures in general? Ghostbusters, the WWE action figures. Have you ever played with those? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, uh, and I'm only listing so many for the guys because that's my reference point. I don't have many for the girls. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Ladies, I am so sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, I want you to think of all those action figures you played where it was good against evil, this one versus that one, or this one meeting, stuff like that. Whatever those situations were in your childhood, if you played with those action figures and you played with them in a way that there was some kind of conflict resolution, and things worked out in your
Hmm.
mind, or you were actively applying your imagination. Congratulations, you played a tabletop role playing game. The difference was you just didn't have a freaking book of rules to go along with it. And
Yeah.
especially if you were
No, I.
playing live action, if you were playing live action like Cowboys or Cops and Robbers or something like that, then you played live action without a set of rules. You just all kind of
Yeah.
agreed that this was going to take place. That
No,
made
I.
sense to you all.
I remember in my old neighborhood, my best friend back then, he basically lived like just around the corner. It was a couple feet, and I was at his front door, and we had all adventures throughout the neighborhoods, and always revolving around some girl he had a crush on back then. Like we were saving her and whatever, and but like throughout the neighborhood, we
Saving
had
your
those.
princess, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, little boys. So yeah, saving the princess, sure.
Playing the tropes, yeah. That's
Yeah,
part
like
of it.
I remember we had those little aluminium step scooters. So we just made our way with those like all around the neighborhoods. If it was if it was a place with a bit more shrubbery and trees and whatever, like that would be kind of the woods part, or just a sandy bit would be something like the desert or whatever. Those kind of games that you play as a kid,
Oh
like
yeah.
outside and not in front of the TV on a game console.
And no matter how the real world looked, your imagination filled in all the blanks. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it was
Though
the real world, but up in our brains, it was anything and everything. Would if we
yeah,
decided it was that, it was that.
exactly. Basically, you have played a live action role playing game. And um just to kind of like illustrate something else, when I was saying like Shadowrun is basically like Cyberpunk meets D&D, that's cool. Um have like I could tell you this much, especially if you like to do arts and crafts, this is your hobby because you can do that. You can make all kinds of things, and I'll just show you some of the, like, I didn't make these. I actually purchased these on Amazon, and this is only like just a handful of them. You don't have to have miniatures, and that's the beautiful part. But they do make these little wooden miniatures that are
Oh yeah,
basically two-layer. Okay, this was like a freebie that they threw in, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And that's laser etched wood.
wow.
So I've got a little archer there that I can throw into the game. Really, what you have is you have like if you have a paladin character, you can use a token to move him around. So there's your paladin. Over here is your druid. Want to play Aragorn as a ranger? You can do that. Artificers can make things. You got one of those in your party. Hey, here's your rogue or thief. Just all kinds of really cool stuff. Clerics are basically like priests that come along with you. They can. That's the guy you want to keep alive. Because he's your support. You lose him, oh, fuck, the healing spells are gone. Especially if you didn't pack any healing potions. But yeah, like a set of these, I'm going to show you this. This bag is actually full. These are all the enemy villain type tokens here.
Mm-hmm.
A set of these, which I put into 2 different bags, costs you about $20 on Amazon. And you can use them for basic fantasy. Dungeons and Dragons, white box. They are systemless. So there you go.
Oh, cool.
But you mentioned like TV shows and movies and things like that. So like, growing up, for me, it was Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, Silverhawks, so on and so forth. But I can tell you this much. If it's one thing I've loved since I was a teenager, it's movies like Mad Max, Death Race, things like that. And guess what? There's a book for that shit too.
Oh, no way. That's so cool.
Oh, let me tell you, I've shown this off in the tribe chat before. Hot Wheels cars I've modified to make them look like death machines. Even built a couple war rigs, which was a lot of fun. But I'm not quite happy with them, but that was a good start. This one takes film. This is a love letter to films like Mad Max, Death Race, and The Running Man. You put all those together, you got Gaslands. Now,
that's classics. Yeah, man.
Now, if you're not good with the violence, this is still a good game for families, and let me tell you why. Because there are rules in this book that you can use. You go and you buy some like NASCAR stock cars, and I mean we're talking $1 a piece, so they're not that bad. You could turn your table into a NASCAR speedway. You could turn your tabletop into the Indy 500, and you can use the exact same rules for movement to just race cars. And the crashes are still there too. Yeah, so you can still take hazard tokens. You can still perform those little drifts and things like that. And I mean, if you want to turn it into like illegal street races on your tabletop, well, you could do that through this game. And I think I bought this for I think this was like $13. So it's not exactly a huge. There's not exactly a huge barrier to entry. The dice and there are templates back here that you can actually print these up. There are downloadables. You can go to the website, take these, print them, cut them out, paste them to like paperboard, like an old cereal box. You can make your templates that way. You don't have to purchase them. What you will have to purchase are cars. And you will have to come up with like a poster board map. But if you're into crafting, crafting the track can be a great thing for the family. So there's that.